The Hong Kong government has warned for the first time that Sunday's district council election might be postponed because of escalating violence in the city. Tonight, protesters continue to clash with police in several locations in Kowloon. The administration will make the call to delay the vote if roads remain obstructed and if transport facilities continue to be damaged by protesters. The warning from the Constitutional and Mainland Affairs Secretary comes as several hundred anti-government demonstrators continue to be holed up inside Polytechnic University. The campus has been the scene of nearly 48 hours of non-stop clashes. Riot police have now moved in and arrested a dozen of protesters with water cannons and rubber bullets used in clashes. Authorities have warned those who remain inside will be arrested for rioting. Government psychologists will be sent in as well to accompany protesters who are under the age of 16. The education chief hopes to reopen schools on Wednesday, but kindergartens and special needs schools will remain closed until Sunday.
A night of mayhem at Hong Kong's Polytechnic University, fires raged around the campus as anti-government protesters used flames to barricade and shield themselves from police. It was the final standoff. Polytechnic University was the last of 5 campuses still occupied by protesters. It was also a crucial base from which to block the city's Cross Harbour Tunnel, a vital artery linking Hong Kong Island to the Kowloon Peninsula. The violence continued through Sunday. At one point, a flurry of petrol bombs were hurled at an armoured vehicle near the campus. Police surrounded the university, countering petrol bombs with water cannons. They then issued an ultimatum to leave the campus or risk taking part in a riot. They also threatened to use live ammunition. Both sides exchanged blows. Police fired volleys of tear gas, while protesters used arrows, bricks, and even giant catapults. Just before dawn on Monday, police tried to storm the campus, but they were pelted by petrol bombs. There are reports of multiple injuries during this particular operation. Then, what appeared to be a silver lining. The head of the university said in a video statement that he had brokered a ceasefire deal with the police.
We have now received the assurance of police of a temporary suspension of the use of force under the condition that if the protesters do not initiate the use of force, the police will not initiate the use of force. In addition, we have also received permission from the police for you to leave the campus peacefully.
But confusion reigned. As some protesters tried to leave the campus, they realized they would not be able to walk free, with police waiting to make arrests at exits. Many rushed back into the building, where it's estimated some 600 people remain holed in.
Separately, the government says the mask ban introduced under emergency powers will no longer be enforced. The High Court has ruled the law which bans protesters from covering their faces unconstitutional.
Judges say it is incompatible with the city's basic law. That's the mini-constitution which set out the terms for Hong Kong's return to Chinese rule in 1997. Security officials say the government needs to study the judgment and seek legal advice. And an expert we spoke to says an appeal is likely.
Well, this is a further blow to Hong Kong government's tattered credibility because the ability of the Hong Kong government to control the protests has been called into question. And of course, this decision in the High Court on the mask ban is a further blow. Because it's not just the Hong Kong government, it's the Beijing government's authority. Because don't forget that recently, President Xi really recently reconfirmed or reaffirmed that both Beijing and the Hong Kong government should strengthen its resolve to contain the protests and to restore law and order. So it's quite likely that the Hong Kong government would appeal to the Court of Final Appeal. And then if the decision of the High Court is upheld, then the possibility of the Beijing reinterpreting the basic law cannot be ruled out, because the ability of the Beijing government to reinterpret the basic law is enshrined in Hong Kong's constitution. and it's quite likely that that will be used as a last resort.